Welcome to another episode of The Essence. I am your host, KB Tyndall, and this episode of The Essence is presented by Tent TV and powered by Validated Magazine. Today, I have an actor, an artist, and a TV series legend when it comes to what is arguably one of the best television series to ever air on HBO. He is known as Mr. Tubi because he's got so many movies on that platform. He's had a role in HBO's recent series, We Own This City. He has been through some ups and downs along the way, but he stood 10 toes down and has continuously perfected his craft and stayed persistent in the pursuit of his dream. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one of the hardest working actors and artists in show business, widely recognized as Poot from the critically acclaimed HBO series The Wire, Mr. Chaney. What's good, brother?
Hey, KB, man, that has to be one of the best introductions that I've ever got. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Let's jump right into it, man. Tell me real quick, man, where are you originally from? Tell the people where you're originally from, about your neighborhood growing up, and how that kind of influenced you.
Well, I'm originally from Forestville, Maryland. That's a city right outside of Washington, D.C. So, I represent the whole Washington, D.C., DMV. Growing up for me, I grew up in a two-parent household. You know what I'm saying? I always had mom, dad, my sister. And, but of course, even with me growing up with that positive type of example, I just always was curious, so my neighborhood, I probably was like 10 minutes. Like if you go through a light, you would be in the heart of DC, which was some rough and tough streets, man. And, I guess me, like I said, coming from that great background, I just was always curious into getting involved in, violence, the streets and anything you could think of that was negative. But of course, one thing that I've always, had at the forefront of my life was just my career. So it didn't really matter if, things were going a certain way for me, being in certain neighborhoods. I just always was focused on the arts and entertainment, whether that be starting off as a hip hop artist at 8 years old, dancing, with Big Daddy Kane and Rakim and, all of the legends, Slick Rick, all of the legends that still tight with me to this day. And it's crazy, man, because, when I look back, you kind of take me back down memory lane. When I look back at my career, I just look at how I'm the same young kid at 8 years old that just had a dream that never once got discouraged. The thing is, I always said I wanted to win. Is this going to kick off? So giving up for me was never like an option. So I'm that same kid, man, that just followed his dreams from Forestville, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and never gave up. And now, over 33 years of being in this business and seeing a lot of my accolades and rewards come to me at this age, at 41, I'm like, yeah, this is I'm living proof, and I'm the real, example and testimony for people to just, keep going no matter what obstacles you might face.
Absolutely, man. You definitely just your history with the legends, man, is incredible, man. Being a dancer for all of those major artists, those 80s and 90s cats that paved the way for this culture, man, is incredible, bro. What a lot of people know you for your acting chops, and they don't know that you have a history in dance and being a part of hip hop and so on and so forth. Tell me, what was your earliest memory of hip hop in the culture?
My earliest memory, 8 years old. This was back in the late 80s. I'm backstage at the Apollo Theater in New York City, and a special guest by the name of Big Daddy Kane gets called out to the stage. Right. The first time is my first experience watching a crowd literally lose their mind, erupt. The whole building went crazy, and Kane performed I Get the Job Done. He performed Raw. He performed any hit you could think of. Kane performed, and that was the day that I was just an 8-year-old kid looking from behind stage at what he was doing. And that was the day I said, this is probably what I'm going to do forever. And I tell him that story. because Kane, I talk to Kane today. You know, so I tell him that story, and I'm like, man, if it wasn't for you, you know, if it wasn't for me being able to see that as a child, because you know, young people today, they might not necessarily get to see their idols or their people that they really look up to, like up close and personal. I was very fortunate to be able to experience that, but that was the early part for me, like just in the culture of hip hop music. I'm like, this is hip hop. I remember Puff Daddy running around backstage, passing out business cards when he was dancing for Father MC. So I mean, just being around that type of environment as a kid, like I said, I just knew this is what I was going to be doing.
Yeah, you wanted to be a part of that from day one.
From day one, and any time later, whether it was being an artist, music, whether it was television, film, I didn't know, but I just knew that I was going to be a part of the arts for real.
Absolutely. With a memory like when you see something like Big Daddy Kane in his prime like that, that's life lasting. You know what I'm saying? Man,
you already know. You already know.
Absolutely. So we all know, man, your first audition was The Wire, man, and you managed to survive all 5 seasons without getting your head popped off.
Without getting my wig split. Yeah, I know.
You know, the iconic show, man. Tell me your most memorable moment of being on The Wire.
You know what, man? When we say memorable moment, it's almost like the perfect blur for The Wire, because I didn't know what I was a part of.
Right.
You know, I didn't know what I was a part of, with that being my first audition ever, my first job that I booked as an actor. So the perfect blur for me is I did not know I would have a trailer. I didn't know about hair and makeup. I didn't know what a set was. I didn't know what landing on your mark was. I didn't know nothing about cameras or angles, or it was just, you know, David Simon, Nina Noble, George Pelicanos, Robert Cosbury, rest in peace to Robert Cosbury, who actually came up with my name, Poot. I was just a part of like history that it didn't catch on to me until maybe that 3rd or 4th or 5th episode in the first season, when I started to get recognized across the country.
Okay.
That's when I was like, okay, this is HBO. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of something that ain't just no regular degular. And
right.
being on set with Idris Elba in his beginning stages, Michael B. Jordan in his beginning stage, you know, Wood Harris, who was already a legend, Wendell Pierce, you know, I mean, like being on sets with these type of cats, man, and for these guys to become my brothers to this day, never left me hanging. Anytime I had questions, always were very approachable, you know, because me, you know, starting off in the business, I always had a bunch of questions. I'm like, man, how you do this? How you do that? And these guys were very patient with me. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, you our little brother. We gonna make sure you good. And they showed me the ropes. You know what I'm saying? So I guess all 5 seasons was a memorable time for me. Because, you know, like I said, after the first season, after receiving praise from that first season, and now I'm starting to get booked across the country to just make an appearance. I didn't know you could show up to a club and they say, hey, we're going to give you a bag to pull up and just get on the mic and pop bottles of champagne.
Right.
I learned so much during The Wire. And mind you, I was just turning 21 when I got casted for The Wire. Like when I got casted, I was 20 going on 21. So it was almost like being 21, being able to go into clubs and get booked for appearances and parties, because I'm on one of the most groundbreaking, critically acclaimed shows of all time, The Wire.
Right.
It's like I jumped right into fame. So I jumped right into making money, losing money, traveling, you know, I mean, just anything that you could think of that come with the celebrity lifestyle.
Right.
Of course, during that time, I met my wife, who I'm still married to. You know, it's been 18 years. You know, so
absolutely.
I kind of experienced everything so quick. You know, even before The Wire was complete after 5 seasons, I remember my wife being on set pregnant with my son, Malachi. Malachi is 16 now. You know what I'm saying? I remember her being on set pregnant when Bodie got killed on the show. Like we was on, she watched that live on set. So it's just those type of memorable moments, man, and just, you know, my whole entire family understanding what I was a part of and us being involved in a part of culture. You know, I can honestly say, you know, because we celebrated 20 years of The Wire last year, but you know, this is ongoing. I can honestly say I'm a part of pop culture. You know, this is something that'll never go away. You know, I every single day I walk or step foot out of my house, if I go out anywhere, I'm recognized for The Wire. Every day.
I believe
and it hasn't slowed up in the last 20 plus years.
It's a beautiful
and
thing.
I'm grateful, thankful for that. You know, because there's a lot of people that don't understand what that feel like. You know what I'm saying? I you know, and I'm in a hotel right now, man, out of town working, but I'm gonna be in the hotel. I like it because I understand the magnitude of what I am, who I am, what I represent, and I only can be around people that understand that. You know, they understand what we got going on. You know.
There you go. Definitely, man. Rest in peace to Michael K. Williams, man. Of course. Tell me something that you remember about him, man, and how did that death affect you as a brother, man?
Well, first and foremost, man, you know, it's always touchy to speak about our brother, just because maybe two weeks before, you know, he passed, I spoke to him and spoke to him on a possible booking for him. And because I'm real connected to, you know, all of the Wirecast members, we do things together. We do parties and stuff. And to receive that type of news, it really broke me, man. And it's hard for me to just get riled up with emotions and stuff like that. But he was such a good brother. And I always say this in interviews, Michael K. Williams, he was not an industry guy. That's how real he was. It wasn't about the industry with him. He was more like family. He was more like, how's your mother doing, Trey? How's your father, man? How's your sister? I want to come over for dinner. You know, he was so real until a point where it's like, I ain't even looking at this brother as Omar.
Right.
You know, like I ain't looking at him as no actor. But that's how he embraced me as his younger brother. And I embraced him as my older brother. And we just had a bond. We had a bond, man, and the effect not just of me, but just people around the world. You know, it's just a shame people don't really give you your flowers until you're dead and gone. You know, and he affected so many people in such a positive way. And like, you know, but life, man, life will hit you, man. And when life hits you, you know, and it's that time, man, it's just unfortunate. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just more, you know, it's a real crazy feeling when I think about him in a great way, because he was a great guy. And I just wish, you know, him not being here in the physical form, but of course his energy never dies. I know, you know, he's smiling down on me now, because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now, musically, television, and film, we talked about years ago. You know, I told him I was going to produce my own content. I told him I was going to go on tour. He knew about my rap career. Like, I mean, he supported that. So just to really, you know, experience that loss, that was a heavy blow. You know, that was a heavy blow. You know what I'm saying? Cheers to Michael K. Williams, man.
Absolutely, absolutely, no doubt, no doubt. I know I ain't got much time with you, man. Last question: what does acting mean to you, and what should we be looking for from you, movie wise and music wise, in the upcoming future?
What acting means to me, it's one of the most creative like things for me. Like to, you know what? No, wait. Acting, what acting means to me is one of the most creative experiences. That's what it is. Because you get to transform into these characters. A lot of times you identify with the characters that you're playing. So when people see you on screen, whether it's small screen, independent, big screen, it doesn't feel like you're acting, you know. What people can look forward, from Trey Chaney. I'm on BMF season 2 on STARZ.
Yeah,
Shout out to
big look.
shout out to Little Meech, Big Meech, the whole BMF family. I'm on BMF season 2. Just finished Miss Keyshia Cole's biopic. I'm in Keyshia Cole's new biopic for Lifetime. I gotta shout out, one of the most amazing brothers. He's my business partner, Brett Rosen from RB Capital Partners Inc. We're doing a lot of major things right now, man, in television and film, independent. My people out in Florida, James Hunt, you know what I'm saying? John Armaginas. These guys are my guys who I do big business with. We doing big films. We doing big television shows, and we doing it independent. Music-wise, I just dropped my 30-second video, Know the Feeling, and it's featuring Beer Green from Little Women of Atlanta and my brother, one of the baddest drummers in the world, one badass drummer. Shot, edited, co-directed by my brother, I Am Don Juan, produced by CR The Show. I wrote it, and it was my first national placement in the We Own This City limited series, which I played police officer Gordon Hawk in.
Right.
And it was my first placement, but we shot the video. MTV picked it up. All of the bloggers, This Is 50, the Jasmine brand, people are really running with it. I had a great time shooting that. I'm currently working on, it was titled Thanksgiving Roast Part 2, but now it's titled A Naughty Christmas. And I'm currently shooting that as we speak right now. Like I said, once again, shout out to my partner, my brother, Brett Rosen, RB Capital Partners, Inc. We doing some major things. We get ready to do something special. And I'm announcing this the first time on The Essence with you, KB. We get ready to do something special with the Wirecast members, though. I ain't going to tell y'all what it is, but look out. Trey Chaney and Brett, we get ready to hit y'all upside the head with this content. It's going to be big. But we hitting y'all all across the board. Television, film, music, all across the board. It's going to be huge.
That's what it is, man. Yo, I appreciate you so much for coming through, man. I know how busy you stay, man. You drop a movie on Tubi like every other week.
Yeah,
I know how busy you are, man.
And Tubi really looked out for me, man. And being independent, KB, it's a beauty in that. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody over top of my head telling me what to do, bro.
The freedom,
like
freedom of that. Yeah.
I do what I want, and it's positive. Negativity, man. Everything is love, you know.
Absolutely.
But I just want to, like on this powerful note, I just want to leave the viewers with understanding that the blessing is in the journey. The blessing is in the journey. We got to continue to fall in love with the process. We can't get emotionally attached to the end result. Don't look at the reward. Don't look at the outcome, the accolades. It took me over 30 years to receive the rewards and the accolades that I'm receiving now, being in this television, film, music industry. Like I said, I never once got discouraged. I never doubted myself. The only question that I had was I wonder, when is this going to happen? Mm-hmm. And now I'm starting to see it all happen and unfold in real time. Mm-hmm. So right now, I think what people are experiencing, they're experiencing the Trey Chaney experience. That's what it is, man. I've became a feeling. I'm more of a feeling now. I don't just talk it. I actually do it. I do the work. Right. And once you start doing the work, it's up.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Trey, thank you once again, man, for coming through on the Essence, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to everything that you got going on, man. You know what I'm saying? I always tap.
When back on here, we're going to talk, because I dropped some exclusives that I wasn't supposed to talk about on here today. But so post this joint. Give me all my sound bites from it. Give me the clip. Man, I'm going to post this joint tomorrow, man. I want my people to see it. You know what I'm saying? Let's edit this thing up good. And I'm sending this to all the bloggers tomorrow, man, because I appreciate what you doing, KB, over at the Essence. And anytime I could come and really do interviews and talk about what I got going on, I'm glad that you got the platform for me to be able to do that, brother. So, you know, congratulations to you.
Absolutely. When we tap in next time, man, we're gonna get some time in, because I can get deep with you. I can really do that. You know what I mean? So yeah. On the next go round, we're gonna do that. But until then, salute to you, my brother, man, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Peace.
So KB.
Yes.
When is this gonna be up? Tomorrow?
I wasn't gonna be up tomorrow. It was gonna be up probably like in about a week. Give me a little bit of time to edit it. Yeah, but once I edit it, I'll send it to you, and then you can chop it up any kind of way you want to.
All right, good. All right, yeah, because I'm
any sound bites you want to use or whatever. But once I put the graphics and everything in it and edit it all out, I'll send it over to you. Like I said, you can do whatever you need to do with it.
Dope. And you got the correct spelling of my name and all that, right?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay. TRAYCHANEY. Yeah.
I got you. Yep, I got you. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
All right, no doubt. All right, peace.
Okay, fine.